The year 1944 holds a very special place in the long and fascinating history of the Wheat Penny. The Lincoln Wheat Penny series began in 1909 to celebrate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, and it continued through 1958, featuring the famous wheat ears design on the reverse. But among all the years of production, the 1944 Wheat Penny stands out not only for its massive mintage, but also for the stories that surround it. This coin tells a tale that combines American history, World War II economy, and minting innovation all together in one small piece of copper. In 1944, the United States was still deeply involved in World War II, and this had a direct impact on the materials used for coinage. During the war, copper was a vital resource needed for ammunition shell casings and military equipment. As a result, in 1943, the U.S. Mint experimented by making pennies out of zinc-coated steel instead of copper. However, those 1943 steel cents rusted easily and were unpopular with the public by 1944. The Mint decided to return to a copper-based composition, but with a twist. Instead of using newly mined copper, they used recycled materials primarily from spent shell casings collected from military training grounds. This act symbolized America's wartime resourcefulness, turning instruments of war back into coins for peace. The 1944 Wheat Penny was produced at 3 mints, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint left its mark in history. The Philadelphia Mint produced the most coins with no mint mark. The Denver Mint marked its coins with a small D under the date, and San Francisco with an S. The total mintage for 1944 exceeded 1.5 billion coins, making it one of the most common wheat pennies ever struck yet. Despite its abundance, the coin holds immense sentimental and historical value for collectors because of its wartime origin. The composition of the 1944 penny was roughly 95% copper and 5% tin and zinc. This gave it a distinct reddish-brown hue that has remained attractive to collectors even decades later because of the recycled metal. Many of these coins developed unique toning patterns over time, giving each piece a slightly different look and feel in some cases. You can even find coins that appear more yellow or darker than typical wheat cents from other years. This is one reason why collectors love searching through 1944 pennies for interesting variations. One of the most fascinating stories connected to the 1944 penny is the accidental creation of the 1944 steel cent. A few leftover steel planchets from 1943 somehow got mixed in during the 1944 production run, resulting in a few steel pennies with the 1944 date. These are among the rarest coins in all of U.S. numismatics. Fewer than 30 are believed to exist across all mints. A genuine 1944 steel penny can sell for tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Depending on its condition, many forgeries exist, so authentication by an expert or grading service is crucial. In addition to the steel cent error, there are also famous double-die varieties and repunched mint marks known among collectors. For example, the 1944 D over S. Mint mark variety shows signs of a San Francisco S. Mint mark struck first and then overpunched by a D. This likely happened due to a transitional error when minting dies were reassigned from one facility to another. Small details like this make coin hunting exciting because they reveal the human side of minting mistakes and historical processes that occurred under intense wartime pressure. Throughout the decades, the 1944 Wheat Penny has come to represent more than just a piece of currency. It is a symbol of resilience during one of the most challenging times in American history. Every coin minted that year carries a story of soldiers abroad, citizens recycling metal for the war effort, and a nation determined to prevail against hardship. It circulated through countless hands, from factory workers to farmers, from soldiers returning home to children saving pennies for the future. The design of the wheat penny remained unchanged that year, featuring the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner. On the obverse side, Brenner's initials VDB, which had caused controversy in 1909, were still absent from the coin in 1944, only to return in later years. On the reverse, two stylized wheat ears frame the words 1 cent and United States of America, symbolizing abundance, prosperity, and growth after years of economic depression and war. The simple yet powerful imagery connected citizens with the ideals of unity and renewal. Over time, as silver and gold coins were gradually withdrawn from circulation, the humble wheat penny remained a constant companion for generations of Americans. By the time the design changed in 1959 to the Lincoln Memorial reverse, millions of 1944 wheat cents were already tucked away by collectors who recognized their special place in history. Today, these coins can still be found in old jars, drawers, and family heirlooms. They are often one of the first coins new collectors discover, which makes them a gateway into the fascinating world of numismatics. For a YouTube audience, the story of the 1944 wheat penny can unfold over time. By diving deeper into the historical context, you could explore how wartime production affected every aspect of American life and connect the coin's composition to the broader story of resource management during World War II. You can discuss how coin shortages influenced daily transactions and how the American public reacted when they noticed changes in their small change. People often hoarded coins believing they might become rare or valuable, and in many ways, their instinct was right. As the video continues, you can explore how the 1944 penny traveled through post-war America. It became part of paychecks during the economic recovery years. It clinked in the pockets of factory workers and school children, and it symbolized a new beginning. When the war ended, every coin tells a small part of that shared national story. And collectors today keep those stories alive each time they study or trade these historic pieces. You can also dedicate segments to the technical aspects of minting, such as how the planchets were prepared, how dies were engraved, and how the wartime pressures caused mints to operate around the clock, producing billions of coins with remarkable consistency. The craftsmanship of mint workers during that era is often underappreciated, yet without their dedication, the U.S. Mint could not have met the demand for circulating coins in a growing economy. Another interesting part of the 2-hour video could focus on real collector stories showing how people found rare errors or preserved rolls of uncirculated 1944 wheat cents for decades. You could feature grading examples from PCGS or NGC to help viewers understand how condition affects value. Mint state coins with bright luster are still sought after today, especially from the Denver and San Francisco mints. Some collectors even specialize only in wartime Lincoln cents from 1941 to 1945, which form a historically rich subset within the series.